Good morning, friends. It's Julie Norman, and this is not my usual video. But if you've been following along a little bit lately, I've been revealing a little bit more about the booth I have in an antique store. And we did a couple thrift hauls. I will have coming up a little tour and a revamp of my booth because we're doing a workshop day coming up in my antique mall. So I did a few sales and estate sales, and there was one. She had like a room of every craft you can imagine. She had, sewing stuff. She had spinning and weaving, painting, pottery. She had jewelry making. And the room that I was in, it was half price day, so I went a little overboard. There are a couple pieces here from a different spot too, but for the most part, this comes from one estate sale. I'm going to go through some of the stuff with you, do a little treasure hunt. I don't expect any of this to be valuable. I don't expect any of them to have real jewels or gold in it because she was using these to make things. And a lot of these things have been disassembled or broken. What I am planning to do with them is, the stuff that's together, I will do like a $3 each, 2 for $5 kind of thing. And I'll easily make money back on that. Let's do the bags first because the boxes will be... And the other stuff that's broken and all, then I am going to make some jewelry art. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I've saved up a lot of jewelry from my, when my mom and my grandma got stuff. And, we don't come from a rich family, so a lot of it's costume jewelry. And yes, I will double check to make sure, see if there's any value. This is intact. So I'm going to hang up the pieces that as I sort them on this rack. It's little birdie tree. I just got this at a thrift store yesterday. So I was talking about some of the broken things that I'm gonna find. I'm gonna make some crafting things. I'm thinking I'm gonna make some jewelry tree, the ones that you attach to styrofoam, not the ones that you put in on a frame, because it seems like the styrofoam ones are kind of, I like the idea of being able to do it. Oh, this is tangled. Not surprising, I bet. But I like the idea of being able to pin the items onto the styrofoam. They can actually be removed. I'm going to put this aside. It's taking too long for the video. That is my plan for these pieces. Another piece. While we're doing this, let's talk about the booth. Now, the booth that I have is in, it's called Marketplace 3301 because that is the address of the store, 3301 First Avenue in Billings, Montana. Those are some major earrings. It is advertised as the largest antique mall in Montana. And now the thing about it is that when I first looked at having a booth there, I had a booth when I lived in Minnesota, a couple of them. And had done consignment stuff too. And so I knew kind of the business, although being out here, I think it's harder to source stuff. People see, it's harder to source antiques. There's less people, and there's also less people wanting to give up their stuff too. People seem to keep stuff until it wears out, and then they want near retail price for it, or they throw it away. It's kind of harder to source out here, and when we moved, we got rid of half of our stuff. I didn't have a lot of stuff to stock. So what I did was I said, I'm a fiber person, so I could do all these fiber things like hand-spun yarn. I could do some felted soap. Oh, those are broken. Put that away. I'm going to make a broken tray over here. And some odds and ends. Oh, actually, that's different. That's not broken. So I could do felted soap. I could do some dryer balls, all kinds of like art, fiber sculptures. I have no idea what that is. Somebody was into, maybe they worked for 66. This is another one I'm going to set aside to do later because I don't want to take up all your time today. This was at half price. This bag was $1. And then they said it usually takes a few years to get a call back. Very long waiting list. So I thought, okay, I have plenty of time to source my stuff. Within a month, they had called me back. And they said they really liked what I was describing. It was unique to the shop. And they wanted me to have a booth. And everybody starts there upstairs. And I felt like, oh my gosh, now I have to scramble and get it all together. So I actually had a friend who does a lot of fiber producing. And I said, do you want to go in half with me and see how that goes? And she did, and so we could split the rent together, which was nice to start off with. And everybody, like I said, in our place starts on upstairs. There's 2 floors. There's over 100 vendors. This is not, there's something wonky about that. And that went well for a while until my friend had it to move to another town that was very far away so she couldn't do the booth anymore. I said she can leave her stuff in. I could just take her on a commission basis, and that worked for a while until I decided that I could no longer sustain it because I was now having to take care of the whole booth. And then whoops, I'm going to zoom in here. I told the owners that I was going to be going through surgery. This was 2019 fall. I think they knew I was struggling. And they said, if you'd like, we could put you, we have a booth opening up downstairs. It's less money because it's a smaller booth. And it was right next to the cash registers. So I thought, yes. So I had some help bringing it all downstairs. Oh, this is lovely. Look at that. Oh, I like that. And all these onesies, I'm going to put those one earrings, I'm going to put them aside, onesies, whatever. So they let me move downstairs, and it has been so much better. I know they say that no matter where you are in the shop, if you have good things, you're going to do well, which is true. But if you are in a better position in the shop, you're going to do really well. If you see anything that looks valuable to you, you let me know, okay? Otherwise, you know, it's $3 for one, 2 for $5. Oh my, oh my. Somebody's belt. This feels so cheap. You can hear that cheap metal. It might be a donation, but who knows? Maybe somebody wants it for like a costume or Halloween. So ever since I've been downstairs, I have been doing so much better at the shop. Then, you know, of course, my autoimmune stuff popped up in 2020 while we're in the pandemic mode. So I just hadn't put a lot of energy into this. Boy, I'm talking a lot, I know, but I've got some jewelry to get through. I think this is a choker, maybe? I'm finally feeling better on the autoimmune diet. This does not look right, guys. This heavy angel on this chain, I think this needs to come apart. I don't think that's supposed to be on this chain. I'm going to set that aside as a project. Now that I'm feeling better, I have upped my game, so to speak. And I've been really enjoying it. This needs a chain. That's all it needs. So that'll be a quick fix if I can find a chain. There's might be a couple things that I'm going to look. There's a little marking. I ordered a loop, L-O-U-P-E. So that should actually be here today. If that comes here today, I will edit this and add that on, you know, looking at this stuff. I'm going to set this aside as a nice piece. This I know is a nice piece as well. It's a copper Thunderbird. So I'm going to set that aside as not among the bargain ones here. The booth is going really well. I've been putting a lot more time into it, a lot more money. April is slow, but I have actually made about 1.5 times my rent. As a rule of thumb, you want to do about 3 times your rent to do a decent job. Oh my gosh, all these little odds and ends. But the thing is that I'm not really doing as much fiber stuff as they had originally wanted me to do. So that is one thing that I want to get back into. I don't know if I'm gonna do as much like the hand stuff, and maybe I could have some other things, and maybe I can go again and ask some people to make things. When I had my friend work on it with me, the thing that was hard was the paperwork. I am not good at paperwork. Okay, update on the taxes. We finally got our taxes done, but my husband helped me with it. For some reason, I just have such a hard time with it. I don't know. This is lovely, these agate pieces. I might come back and review these later. So, but the booth has been, like I said, going well. Okay, I'm going to zoom again. There's some lovely pieces that you are not seeing as well. This is a pair. This reminds me of smashed pennies, but they're curved. Oh well. And okay, so back to the thought of why having a shop booth is good for somebody with chronic illnesses, limited ability, perhaps, maybe limited time, you want to do a side hustle. Why is it good for those of us who do a side hustle? And the reason is that, yeah, you could sell a lot of this stuff online. You know, you've got eBay, Poshmark, maybe some of the vintage stuff you could do on Etsy, all kinds of stuff. But the reason why I like a shop booth is because, first of all, I don't have to ship anything. And I know some people say don't get intimidated by shipping.
Oh, that's Avon. I think that had like some salve in it. Okay, whatever. The thing about having a shop booth is that you can source things when you feel like you have energy. And that's a cute little pin. You can stock your booth. You should do it at least once a week. As you're able, but you go in when you can. If you're having a bad day and you're not doing well, then you don't have to look at that. Then don't go in that day. Go in the next day. And the place where I am at, they don't require that you work there. The sea glass, look at that, an orange one, which I appreciate. I think it actually works better that way because you don't have all these different people in the cash register that could potentially mess things up. Hello, the 80s are calling. And then you're consistent. Look at all these hoops. My goodness, that's kind of cute. Are there any markings on this one? I don't see any markings. Just probably cheap metal. Cheap and cheerful. So you can do things on your pace. And if you do have a place where you have to work, that's okay. I mean, then you get more of a feel for what people want. Get a little bit more of the customer interaction, seeing that stuff. But I'm really glad I don't have to do it because there are some days where I wake up and I'm like, I don't know how I would go to a job. It's been less and less like that as I've been feeling better, but still every once in a while, like last weekend I had time. Looks like the back of a watch. Oh, I like that earring too. Oh well. That's an dangly. So you can do it on your own time. And yeah, furniture does sell well, but you might be able to hire some help with that. And maybe if you do if you just do smalls mostly, there's a lot of lovely things you could do with small items. Small meaning, the things you set in shelves and tables that you could actually do well with just smalls or have a smaller booth and not sell any furniture. You could certainly do that. What is this? Oh, they were earrings, but they don't have their posts. I have a couple small brooches here, and I'm just going to leave them in the packages. They were actually 25 cents each. So, or actually, they might be shawl pins. Put that over there. Okay, let's get this little box. That's one benefit. That's a bracelet. Some people actually do make a living on their booth. You might have to be really selective in your smaller items. That is really cute. I think it's possible. Maybe you have multiple booths. Works for me, and I'm actually hoping to be able to get this going a little bit more. These are just dirty. Box next. So we've got cowboy and Indian. There's horse, cowboy boots, I think that's a snake. So just kind of all kinds of charms. And I am going to display this dangling like this because I think it might be just kind of a fun garland and not so much of a necklace. But, it takes a bold person to be able to wear this necklace. So I really love this piece. This one is not going to be $3 and 2 for $5. All right, so the reasons why the booth is also, I don't have to sit in the booth and take my time and sit there and check people out. All I do is stick it in the booth and go. So that is an advantage. Well, I don't know when the video stopped recording, but we're just going on. I think I was talking about how sometimes it's difficult for those with limited here we go again, with limited stamina to be able to do jobs in hospitality sector where it's restaurants or cleaning hotels. This has a star in it. I'm gonna take a closer look at that one. Those of us who would probably do better at a sit-down job that we don't have to be on our feet all the time. Because it would wear me out if I had to be on my feet all day. Sad to say, but that's just the limitations of what I have going on. Something like this, I'm sitting down and I'm sorting. I can sit down and price. I can do this while I'm watching TV, listening to a book. Oh, this is lovely. It's probably just a cheap metal, but I love that filigree kind of thing. One last box, guys. This is it. That's good because I'm running out of stuff to tell you about. All right. sheep button. Somebody might want it. You could always put something in there too. So I would love to hear about if you have a side hustles, what they are and what works for you. Especially for you, those of you like me who are not able, or who it would take a lot to do a job that you have to be very active, very on your feet. Oh, that's right. I remember this. This is one that is going to take some time. There's a couple little birdies here. I really like this. I wonder if this necklace, this chain has some kind of content in it. It'll be a project for another day. You know what I was really tempted to do at the sale is to say at the end, you just call me and I'll make you an offer on the entire contents. But I don't have the space for that. So there's another thing is, if you're going to do this, be mindful of your energy and your space. You know, I've been struggling a lot with this room that we're in, balancing the space with what I bring home. What kind of thing is that? I don't know what kind of... It's not a necklace. I don't know. So you have to be mindful that this will take space. Okay, this is missing one of the sections here. So that's going to be junk. If you have a lot of room, this is great. But if you don't, then this might not be easy. My pin box is getting quite big. Oh, here's a watch. I wonder if that goes to that chain. This is steel back. I don't know. For now, I'll just put it in there. This is something, I can't read it. My eyes are bad. Not bad. My eyes are fine for the age I am. Okay. I'm running out of pin room, so I'm going to start adding them here. There is just a plain something. I don't think anyone will want that. Oh my. I don't think so. It's kind of fun. I mean, like, we get to treasure hunt together. If you like seeing something like this, let me know, and I will try to do more of them. This is a interesting chain. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. It's like a snake. Ew. And it has no, like, she took the ends off there. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. Maybe I'll make a base of a tree. A little plastic dog. Too bad it's not jade. Well, my fingers are getting black. Also, have you done any of the crafts with jewelry? I'd love to hear how you've done it. This is going to be my first attempt. I don't think it's going to be too difficult. I wonder if this goes with this. Yeah, look at that. So now then you can put something underneath. I don't know if I'm going to take the time to do that on a piece of cheap jewelry. Alright, I've got a pencil. Random things. Who knows? Yeah. It is kind of interesting to go through other people's things after they either have to move out or they pass. There's missing a lot of stuff in this one, so nope. Little girl. And part of it, going to an estate sale like that, is kind of like, you know, what you have to do. I feel like I want to do it respectfully, but at the same time, people don't want it anymore. So what do? I don't know. Grapes. Another little figure. I don't know what these are. Does anybody know what these are? And it's just like a hodgepodge here. A lot of these things here. That's got broken fixture on it. I know that some of these things could probably be fixed, but there's a lot of junk. This has a patent number on it. I might check this one out. Why does it have a patent number on it? Tie-tack, perhaps? It looks like mother of pearl. Oh, hey. I wonder if we're getting to the... Look at that. Okay. You know, okay. Maybe I'll put a little piece of lace or something in here. Because now I found all the parts, and I think all I have to do is fold these in. So, okay, yeah, I will do that. Maybe. But another thing about doing this is that I'm buying more projects. This is plastic. Buying more projects for myself. And do I really have the time and energy? Do I really want to do them? That is heavy. Alright, more chains. We're getting there. We're almost there. Oh, this is one of those ones where you connect. And I think that actually will be good, because I bet I can find one of the things in here that I can put this on. I think I'll do that. I'll keep that. Okay. Sometimes you have to have things in your booth that are not high priced, because the littles in your booth can really add up to a lot. And when you have something that says $3 each, 2 for $5, somebody might really go to town on it. Okay, that one's a keeper. And they might really enjoy that, and then they might want to come back to your booth for another time to see if you have more. And that is one way to get a good customer following, is to have bargains that they know, okay, I need to get a cheap necklace, so where do I go? Oh yeah, that one booth at that shop, I need to go there. And then it not only helps you, but it helps the whole mall to have things like that for people that remember the deals. That is Sarah. It says Sarah on it. I don't know. It's tarnishing, so I really don't think this is worth anything. If you know better, let me know, but that's gonna be a $3, 2 for $5. So that is my story about why I'm choosing to focus in on my booth, and instead of looking for a regular job. Also, the fact that we live 25 miles to the nearest gas station, that once I get there, it's costing us like, what, $5, $6 in gas to go. Ooh, this is kind of cool. I like this. This is not going to be a bargain one. This is a choker. This would be lovely with the right dress. I like that. So we are almost done. Woohoo! And we have a cowboy tie. Somebody might want that for the rodeo. We've got a lot of rodeos. Okay, Montana doesn't have any professional sports teams. Another pencil. But what we do have are college sports and a lot of rodeos and those kinds of things. Okay, there was an old rubber band here. These little pieces of chain, I don't see the point in saving them. If you have wisdom on that, let me know, and I can always dig them out. Alright, now we have left are these mismatched earrings, and I think that these will stay mismatched. Oops, this is a pair. So just take, oh, look at that. Found these together. Obviously, there's not another one of these. This is pretty. This would actually, if I take this apart, or take this off, and I could actually string that with a cord. I don't know, maybe. Or just do something with it. I mean, sometimes you just have to go on with your life and not have to worry about getting the best deal possible for all things. I'm really sad I didn't find the match for that. But I got plenty, so I'm really not sad I didn't find that. I mean, really? I don't know. Is there something else that goes with this? Whatever. The 80s were calling, but they were only calling for one ear. So, but you know, a lot of times in the 80s we did have only one ear pierced, or you had one in one ear, 3 in another. I had 3 or 4 in one ear at one time. They've mostly all closed up. Oh, and a real clip earring. Yeah, if you can't tell, I'm a child of the 80s and early 90s. So those are all mismatched earrings. Alright, so that's what I have, guys. And I hope you enjoyed this little treasure hunt with me. I'm going to show you what I ended up with. So here are all the broken, mismatched stuff that I can do for crafting. Here's some pins. I've got the earrings and stuff here. And then we have the nicer things here that I'm going to do some searching on when I have my loop there. Got some more pins. I've got my projects of untangling projects, a couple ornaments, and then I have my tree. So I've got silver, gold, other things. So they are all sorted out. So now all I need to do is tag them all, do a little bit more research on the possible nice stuff. Let me know what you think, and thank you so much for coming along with me, and I hope you have a joyful day. Goodbye. Well, hey friends, as I was editing the video, guess what arrived? It's my loop. So I'm going to do a little bit quick because my battery's almost out. I can change it, but let's see how this is. Oh, I think I have to put a battery in there to get it to light up, but I have some good lighting here. So I'm going to study. How do you work this thing? I probably got it backwards. Oh. Hey, they have a battery in it. Cool. That is interesting. So I don't expect this one will have any marks on it because I couldn't see any indentations, but I just wanted to check. Okay, this one I couldn't see before. Boy, this takes some some practice. Okay, there was a mark here, and it says Avon, wah wah. So never mind about that one. All that for an Avon mark, seriously. This one, let's see if there's anything on this. Might be on the back of the star. This one has numbers on it. Oh, I think this is, it's like 120. So this is actually, has some gold in it. Hey, cool. Okay, so that's good. This one has markings too. What does it say? I really can't read this even with a loop. So I think I have to unscrew this a little bit. I still can't read this one. I'm going to have to, I don't know about this one. I can't read it still. This guy, oh, that's just a chain. This one is what I was going to look at. Okay, there's something there. I'm not very good at this. It says something S on this. I can't quite make it out. I'm going to have to take it off camera and try. This one, this is Avon. So it's a pretty piece, but not worth more than a few bucks. In conclusion, I found one thing that has gold in it. Then I have to do a little bit more looking here off camera. And so there you go. Last update. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, and I hope you have a joyful day. Goodbye.